Hey, have you ever wondered what that term tenting a laptop means? Have you ever been curious on how to tent your laptop? In this video, I'm going to discuss how to tent your laptop and exactly what that term means. The term is self-explanatory if you look at this image. When you tent a laptop computer, all it means is that you're setting it on its side, on its hinges. You take a laptop, you flip it into a V shape, and then you set it on its hinges, like in this photograph. That's all you're doing. You're just basically flipping it upside down, like in this example image. Now, there's a reason why you can and you may want to tent your laptop. I never give out advice, I never guarantee anything, I never recommend anything. You know what I'm saying? This is a paradox. Number one, this website gets a strike for using the G word, which I never utter. That's derogatory. That is almost like a curse word to me. There's nothing wrong with having knowledge. There's nothing wrong with learning, and there's nothing wrong with liking computers or information technology. That term has always been derogatory to me, and I never use it. But this website used it in their name of the website, which I refuse to utter the G word. You know what I'm saying? Strike number one. This image is perplexing and potentially strike number two for this website. Now, I'm going to, later on in this video, I'm going to discuss why it may be productive to tent your laptop. It has nothing to do with the aesthetics and, oh, it looks cool, something different, or, you know what I mean? No. It deals with the heat dissipation in your laptop. There can be an advantage, and this website, they did allegedly have some proof, and you know what I'm saying, other than that, this is not productive. Here's a huge mistake to me in this image. To me, it should be self-explanatory. You notice anything peculiar here with the way the laptop? No, it's not because it's a V and it's not on its side like it normally is. No. They placed this laptop near the edge of the bed. Why would you do that? Why would you ever, and then look at where the cable is, the electric cable coming from the power adapter. Well, you could trip over that. I don't even know where it's at down here. You could potentially trip on it on the floor. You could snag something on it up here. What else? You could accidentally bump it. Maybe somebody is horsing around on this bed, and it could fall onto the floor. Also, maybe you could drag it and it might hit this over on this other side of the shelf here, but it looks like that's maybe made out of wood. The point is that this is just bizarre why they thought that this was a productive way to tent their laptop. You never want really allowed electronics, and including even desktop computers, you don't want them to ever fall, especially laptops. You know where the liquid crystal display or the lighting mini dials display would be right here where my mouse cursor at. If it falls even on this side, well, it could damage this display. Also, if it falls the opposite side, you might have the random access memory. Also, hard drives, especially the MV2 types, they look like memory modules. You can't drop, if you drop a computer with those hard drives, the hard drives can get damaged. This is just absurd. And then why would you have stickers on a laptop? I always thought that was just bizarre and just why? If you have to take them off, if you resell the computer, it's like automobiles. I never understood why people put bumper stickers on automobiles, because did you know it can damage the paint? I don't get this. And this is a wireless video gaming controller. What they could have done is, up here there's probably not enough room. You see where the smart television is at? I'm assuming that's a smart television. There may or may not be enough room up there to tent it. That would have been better if there's enough room. You see where in this corner, looks like this could be like a shelf. If there's enough room, that might be safer. However, that could block the airflow. So I just gave it away. Airflow is why you may want to tent a computer. I never give out advice, I never guarantee anything, and I don't recommend anything. I would never ever recommend that you place your laptop like this. This is just absurd. And here's another image. Look where it's at. It looks like it's right on the edge of the bed. Why would you do that? And look where the power cable is. You could easily knock this over onto the floor, and I don't know what kind of floor, even with carpet, but especially a harder floor with linoleum or laminate, or even more of like a concrete floor, or even hardwood with real wood floor. This falls over. There could be a hard drive, those NVMe M2 type hard drives. Yeah, no, they can get damaged if you drop a laptop. Look at the LCD display; it could drop on the opposite side. But oh yeah, believe it or not, a lot of laptops are made cheap. These cases, I don't know if this is a metal case; it could be plastic. I mean, this is just insanity to me, that if you're going to discuss tenting a laptop, that you would ever try this. This is where I never give out advice and never guarantee, and I never recommend anything. There's a lot of clickbaiting on the internet. There's a lot of just nowadays, it's just buffoonery. So what you want to do is you always want to study, and always want to verify on your own. And even my videos. Is what I'm telling you productive, or is it just insanity? This is insanity. This laptop could easily fall over. You never want laptops to drop on a floor. Desktop computers, no. Any kind of electronics, no. Okay, now I'm going to go over this because they actually provided alleged proof that this actually, yes, does tenting your laptop actually do anything? Yes, it does. Now, this is the only reason why I'm discussing this. Other than that, this would be just buffoonery and a waste of time. It deals with heat dissipation. They claimed that they ran a benchmarking tool, which is software, that by laying their laptop in a inverted V, like normally you see right here where the mouse is, cursor, this is vent. That's a vent. Normally you place this face down, but you're covering up this vent. Also, you notice here there's a fan here. Chances are there's a fan down behind here, and the central processing unit might be in this area. This is obviously a cooling mechanism. But when you cover up the vent, carpet, here's a tip. You don't want to place a laptop on carpet. I don't really care what kind of carpeting, because get it, what you're doing is you're restricting the airflow. Now, a hardwood floor, a laminate, you know what I'm saying, much better. Or let's say a desk. Let's say this was a desk and there was enough room up here, or this smart television was in here. A flat surface like that is just fine. That's preferable. You know what I'm saying? But this is about the airflow. So if you lay it in a V here, look, then this vent here and even the fan here gets plenty of air. That's the only reason why I'm recording this video. Okay, alright, so let's see. Okay, tenting your laptop they claim usually, I don't know about that, but it can result in lower temperatures, which could result in better performance. Yes, this is logical. A cooler processor can boost to a higher clock speed, yes, and potentially experience less thermal throttling. All right, but why? No bueno, muemo. Never, no, come on. On the edge where it could get bumped off and then it could fall off. Absolutely not. Why didn't they put it in the middle of the bed? You know what I'm saying? Why? But they put it near the edge where it could fall? I don't get it. Okay, now let's go and move along to the benchmarking results. They claimed that the laptop was 10 degrees Celsius cooler when they laid it in this configuration instead of it facing down, and then it would be laying on the vent here, which is the number 13. 13% less. That's significant. 10 degrees Celsius is significant. Now, another point of contention is some laptops have passive cooling, some have active cooling. Chances are this has active cooling because there's vents here. Most likely there's a fan here. That is what is known as active cooling. where there's like a fan, where they're in physics, you're sucking in air to try to cool. That's active. Passive is when a laptop computer would not have any fans, right? That is passive. Now, if your laptop does not have any fans and you've concluded it is passive, this technique may not work. It may or may not. You could benchmark, but it may not work as well or may not work at all. So here's the benchmarking results. They used a 3D Mark Night Raid, which has a hardware monitor, and whoops. I need to move along. I didn't plan on recording this video that long, but I did want to make sure that placing any kind of electronic device near the edge of something where it could fall, no, that's not me, man. Okay, so the benchmarking results, all right, this is just a score, 74, 84, and then do I have to refresh? 9,017. So in this scenario, the higher score, the better. But in this article claims that it was 10 right here, 10 degrees Celsius drop. When they laid it in a V tent configuration, 10 degrees less heat. That's quite significant. So let's see. Without tenting, 77 degrees Celsius, and then tenting, 67 degrees Celsius. Yep. Which would have been 10 degrees Celsius, and the mathematics, the number 13, that might not be a coincidence, you know what I mean? Okay, potential downsides. Yeah, I went over this. It's not cool. It's not about the aesthetics. It's just because of heat dissipation. But I already went over the fact that if you have an active cooling compared to passive cooling, that can make a difference. All right. Yeah, if your laptop is still overheating and still shutting off, they claim that tenting may not help. Well, may or may not. It depends on, 10 degrees Celsius is significant. But chances are, if it's getting that hot, that it may or may not help. What else? Oh, one more. See, here's a fan here. This is active cooling. Here's the memory module, random access memory module, the green. Does this have an NVMe M2 type hard drive? I don't. Here's the battery right here. Here, I think this, I don't really see it. I don't know about this. I don't see a solid state drive. This might be it right here. Anyways. Okay. Now, I'm not recommending or discussing the Hewlett-Packard NV360 2-in-1, but they claim if you want to tent a okay. Yeah, they claim that a 2-in-1, which is a hybrid, it's a 2-in-1 computer that can fold into a laptop. And one example would be the Hewlett-Packard NV 360 degree. It has 360 degree hinge, and another example is a Lenovo Yoga 2-in-1. They're designed to be used in that position, so that making them better for tenting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, better airflow. Instead of tenting, better airflow. You could also use a cooling pad. And what else? All right. I still think that's just, I don't get it. Why would you ever place your laptop computer this close to the edge? That's why caveat emptor. You may want to always question especially on YouTube. There are so many YouTube technology shills that would not have pointed out the absurdity of this photograph. They wouldn't have warned you that, yeah, you could bump the laptop computer, you could snag it, blah, blah, blah. They would just tell you, yeah, tenting is cool. Yeah, it'll lower the heat in your laptop. Just do it. Adios.